Hello everybody and welcome to another Disney tie-in video game. Today we're doing a more obscure one from the 16-bit era. It's made by Sunsoft.
Why am I not surprised that this got a video game?
Well, it was the most popular Disney movie of its time, Jova, before The Lion King came out, so... Anyway, welcome to Beauty and the Beast, the Roar of the Beast, actually.
So, if I understand correctly, back in the day there were like two versions of this game sort of released, similar to Crash Purple and Spiral Orange.
Kinda.
Yes, Sunsoft actually attained the rights to make two, not one, but two tie-in Beauty and the Beast games. I'll explain about that after the intro. So let's start the game.
I will say the Genesis trying to manage to replicate decently the Tears All This Time song.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Deep in the dark woods, the beast lives out his cursed existence all alone.
What's he gonna say? Deep in the 100-acre woods, and I'm like,
Also, Lumiere, what's wrong with your eyes? Oh, there you go.
Except for his loyal servants, who also suffer from the witch's enchantment. Suddenly, a terrible storm hits the castle, and some animals from the nearby woods become enchanted as well.
Basically, we need an excuse for having enemies.
Yeah, basically. The beast rushes to the west wing to protect the magic rose from the enchanted creatures.
Oh, they're the Heartless, of course.
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
We needed some kind of excuse to put in other stuff that doesn't involve just levels from the game, because otherwise this would be too for the movie. Sorry, otherwise this would be too short. So yeah, right now we're fighting enchanted random creatures, and by that we mean snakes and bats. How creative!
Ooh, I'm so scared.
Anyway, okay, so Beauty and the Beast, Roar of the Beast. That's a mouthful. Is actually one of two tie-in licensed games that were made out of Beauty and the Beast, made by Sunsoft. The other one being called Belle's Quest. Why were there two games that were made, you may ask, instead of one? That's because Sunsoft had a very interesting and unique strategy from what I was able to research. Apparently, from their perspective, Roar of the Beast would be the game for the boys, and Belle's Quest would be the game for the girls.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Basically, Shiroi, here's the idea. Me, Teo, Jova, and Ribs get to enjoy the beast killing and eating all these creatures, whereas you get to enjoy a more puzzle adventure type of game where you solve puzzles and do minigames. Basically.
But I want to punch a snake.
Well, sorry, Shiroi, but
according to the marketing, you're not the target audience. Also, apparently, you're not allowed to play Doom as a result.
Well, too bad we have Doom Eternal now.
It's a good. Also, what animal is that even? It
looks like a bear.
Is it?
The posture looks more like a hound.
Because I can tell you that
the muzzle and the ears look more like a bear.
I can tell you that it doesn't look anything like other bears we're gonna meet over the course of this game. Weird. Anyway,
It looks like a bear crossed with a jaguar.
So yeah, basically everybody, Belle's Quest actually came out before this game, but we decided to do this one first because this one is a bit more exciting to play. Don't get me wrong, for as much as I just joked about it, the Belle's Quest game is actually pretty good as well. I actually do like a lot of its stuff, and if it helps you, Shiroi, it also does have platforming towards the end, if it helps you.
Oh, well done, Beast. Well said that.
That's why this game should have been marketed towards me.
Wait.
A girl.
The flower. The flower talks now.
Oh god.
Why we couldn't have?
There you go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, what is up with this bear's face? And by the way, this was also another. This game did not have the Disney animators work on the game, because remember this was before Aladdin. And I don't think I think Mickey Mania was already in production by this point, but but I'm not entirely sure. I tried doing some research, but as far as I was able to tell, I don't quite entirely have been able to find a definitive answer on whether or not Disney animators worked on this particular duology.
Also, come on, guys. Surely you remember that memorable scene from the movie where the beast suddenly finds the bear and the flower keeps randomly piping up to say, "Well done, beast."
Why they couldn't have a Lumiere or Cogsworth saying that?
Because because you know, Theo, there always comes a time in every guy's life when Okay, Jova, you come up with one. I've got nothing.
When exactly did this game come out?
1991, the same year that the movie came out.
No, I meant like, was it like months after the movie? Or
let me double check the release dates.
Was this an occasion where Sunsoft knew only the basics of the game and to make the movie and had to make a game around it?
Well, yeah, obviously, most of the time that was kind of the whole deal with these games too.
Adaptations. Also, I remember seeing a couple of reviews of both these and Bell's Quest, and as you can expect from a game of his age, everything is trying to kill you and is kind of very cheap.
So, might as well make sure that the marketing department knew what they were doing. Theo, Jova, Dwibs, what do you think? Does this appeal to you guys? Since you're boys?
The castle is spot on in regards to giving like a Castlevania vibe.
I mean, it's definitely.
Yes, Dwibs?
I mean, this is definitely appealing to my secret alternate universe fan fiction where the beast just fights everything.
Oh my god!
Oh, there you go. See? There you go. See? Sunsoft gets Dwibs. See?
Also, minigame.
Yes, a puzzle minigame. That's the thing, Theo. I tried hard, various times off screen. I have no idea how the hell this puzzle game is supposed to work because I have no idea how to rotate. I can rotate the pieces, but I can't rotate them in ways that actually would allow them to fit. Not to mention, you have very limited time to figure out how this thing works. It's not quite the time limit is not quite as bullshit as in Tintin Princess of the Sun. Although that puzzle level has its own
problems
not aside from the timer. There you go. You basically just have like 15 seconds to solve that thing. The beast soon discovers Maurice in the castle and throws the intruder into the dungeon.
Nice that the text is moving so slowly.
Also really good that they actually have screenshots from the movie, to be fair. And they actually look pretty good on the Mega Drive. When Philippe returned,
Bell looks a bit derpy in this.
Well, I guess we can't everything be perfect.
Having the better looking expression, that's a problem.
Belle takes Philippe into the woods to find her father, and we actually play that level in the Belle's Quest game. So basically, the two games kind of
release the extended cut where you fuse the two games together in a crazy narrative.
Where's my Sonic 3 and Knuckles edition of this game?
Time passes.
Thank you, Rosa.
Well, remember, Theo, if you want to see what happened with Belle, you have to buy the Belle's Quest game too.
But it's not targeted for me, Pedro.
Of course,
it's targeted for me.
Belle breaks her promise, and of course, we all know what happens. Yeah, Belle is trapped in the woods, but the beast hears her cry.
The movie is called Beauty and the Beast. This is the weirdest marketing decision, like one of the weirdest ones I've ever seen. Why would they not be the same game?
Because Shiroi, if we split the game into two, we can sell both of them for full price and make double the profits.
Yeah, that is also a marketing strategy, and we probably just did the whole it's for boys and for girls for just having a PR statement.
Yes.
So do you not fight things in Belle's game, I guess?
In Belle's game, you mostly do puzzles, mini games, and some light platforming. Yes. Although to be fair, Jovan, I will tell you this: I actually like the Belle's Quest game better. To be honest with you, I think it's an overall better made game than this one. Because don't get me wrong, this one's fine, but it does have its issues. Like for example, the level design. Although to be fair, Belle's Quest has a very very bad final level, but I'll get to it when we get to it. one of the big problems with this particular game, Joe, is that the levels. Okay, the first level was fine, but this is where the levels start dragging, because this level goes on for quite a while. So sit back and relax, because we're gonna be here in this snow place for a while. So yeah, the levels are too fucking long. Let's just put it like that. The game outstays its welcome. I guess that's the best way I can put it.
I'll just imagine Press Garden. It's fine.
I guess I would imagine that the Beast level would have been, the Beast game would be the one people would like more, because, there's actually combat in it as well, and, I assume that this is the game where the main bulk of the events happen for the most part.
Basically, what happens was, chronologically, Belle's quest comes first, because it starts right at the beginning when Belle is going towards the village, right at the beginning of the movie, but outside of that, we're basically doing the story through both perspectives. This is from Beast's perspective, and Belle's quest is from Belle's perspective. Yes, Dwibs?
So I guess from your perspective, we're technically saving the better one for last. Go on, Dwibs.
But Pedro, why aren't we playing the Beauty and the Beast game from 1982 for the Intellivision?
Yeah, I don't think that one was based on the Disney movie, though.
No, it's probably just, one of those... if I had to wager, it's probably one of those text adventures that you're like trapped in the castle to get out.
Alright,
it's a platformer, apparently.
Okay. Let me see when the... Okay, so the Beauty and the Beast film originally came out on September 29th, 1991. Let me see when the games came out. Where are the Beasts?
1992, apparently.
Oh, was it?
I think so. Look it up, it'll pop up.
Oh, never mind. Where are the Beasts came out in 1993. Huh. 2 years after? Huh.
Well, that's...
Why 2 years after?
Either it was tying into a really late video release, or they were really late publishing this game.
If I remember correctly, both were released on... Yeah, Belle's Quest came out first. Right here, I'm seeing right now. Belle's Quest came... Go ahead.
It'd be like if they made a game about The Incredibles, but didn't release it until, like, The Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's still also the whole splitting thing. Can you even imagine if Kingdom Hearts did something like that? Play half of the game, pay separately from playing half of the game as Sora and half as Riku. Imagine if the Dream Drop Distance was split like that. Jesus.
Yeah, this was clearly made.
I already don't like Dream Drop Distance.
This was clearly made. Well, I like the gameplay at least, but yeah, the story is garbage.
Pedro, I will cite the number one reason why Dream Drop Distance manages to fall behind. I should not play Pet Simulator to get fucking Leaf Bracer.
Oh no, I agree with that.
Also, Pedro, of course I love constantly having to be taken right out of the gameplay because of a BS timer that can happen at any point in the game, especially if it's during a boss when I'm right about to finish off another...
That timer can be easily made useless if you know what you're doing anyway, so I never...
The fact that you have to do that is a problem.
Oh, it is! It is. But I will argue that game has far worse problems than that.
Also, okay, I praised the music at the very beginning, but some of these tunes are now getting a bit on my nerves.
I can tell you that
I'm trying to tone them out, actually.
I can tell you that Belle's Quest is better because Belle's Quest has more music from the movie, and as a result, is overall.
That's the thing. I could hear in this very level, mind you, beforehand, the jingle that is based on the song that Gaston and the others say when they march towards the castle. So there is some of this stuff in here, but the original score that they put it for this game fucking sucks. Do you know who was the composer?
This sound font probably would sound more better if this was a game based on the Aristocats movie.
It's just well, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, like I was.
I've not even got a game.
But yeah, like I was. Yeah, I can't find the exact dates, but yeah, both games came out in 1993. Belle's Quest came out first, apparently. But they don't have the release days here. Whatever. The basic point is, you play both games from each of the two characters' perspectives. Basically,
we don't get a third game based on Gaston's perspective.
We're getting a Disney Plus series already for that, Dweebs.
Yeah. So.
But that's not a video game, though.
Well, we'll get a video game based on that.
It's Again, like I said, it's most likely what Teo said. They wanted to really double their profits, and really split the game in two, and they needed some kind of an excuse. So that's the best they could come up with, it seems.
Let me see. There we go.
And yeah,
writers. Sorry, go on.
No. You go ahead.
I was checking again if IMDb at least mentions the composer because. Hey, there you go. Tony Williams. Let's see what this guy has done. Or at least, he's credited at least. It was the composer for the Maximum Carnage video game. Sure, that one was okay in terms of score.
Boss battle. A giant wolf.
Also, one thing that I noticed from the boar boss fight is that rather than actually attacking you unless you were in the way, the boar was trying to knock down the rows, so that was a neat of a nice touch to have this kind of an escort mission that's thematic for the game. There is that. You
also notice that Beast's life bar is considered of mirrors. I actually do prefer what the SNES game does. The SNES game actually has its life bar be the rows, and like the more you get hurt, the more petals fall. That's a perfect way to demonstrate it. Consider if you've seen the movie, you know exactly why. But the mirrors is fine and is serviceable as well, I guess. But I actually do prefer although that's like one of the few things the Super Nintendo game does better. Because trust me, Teo, this for as problematic as for as flawed as this game is, trust me, compared to the Super Nintendo game, it's a masterpiece. I can tell you that.
That wasn't Bell. That probably was clearly not Bell.
Teo, we gotta cut corners somewhere, okay? But anyway,
mini game, collect the petals.
Yes, collect the petals.
But yeah, I mean, okay, I just can't believe. So this is essentially a predecessor to games like Crash Purple and Spiral Orange.
Collect all the petals for maximum points.
Also,
those pink petals falling against the pink background.
Also, guys, when did Cogsworth get to be as big as the freaking Beast?
He's foreshortening job.
He's in the foreground. He's in the foreground. That's what.
I know, but the way it looks, unfortunately, doesn't look like that. And that's
Pedro, it's been a while since I've seen Beauty and the Beast. Was there ever a part in that film when the Beast just ran around picking petals falling from the sky for some reason?
And now we skip
Gaston and remember, Jova, you have to play both games to get the full story. Gaston incites the villagers and they rush the castle.
Game isn't marketed towards me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Shiroi, I guess you have to do that game for the channel since you're the only one here.
Wait, which game?
You have to do Bell's Quest for the channel, considering we're not the target. I'm not the target audience, so I can't play it.
Oh, okay.
The servants wait until
Jesus Christ, the wardrobe lady is rendered horribly in this. Jesus.
In fact, let me actually see if I can find the actual quote.
But let me instead mention this. Tony Williams has a weird resume. Machine Gun composed for a bunch of the Sega Genesis Mega Drive games in the early 90s, particularly like we mentioned Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage, the Tick video game, these two Beauty and the Beast games, and Christmas and some of the Lemmings video game. Then radio silence until 2003 for a video called Chalkline, but I have no idea what the hell that is, and then stop. He stopped doing things.
I found the site. Let me just read this real quick. Okay, basically, here's what this level constitutes of. You're basically just you have to throw all your enemies into either Cogsworth or Lumiere, so that they can, as you can see, kick them out of the castle. Basically.
I see you're just gonna stick to the right side the whole fight.
It doesn't really matter, Jova. Right or left. It just depends on which of your allies kicks them out. Really.
I know. I just wanted to see what Cogsworth's animation was.
He pricks them with his clock hands, basically.
Seems relatively simple.
Anyway, here's what I found the place where I read it. So let me just read it real quick. This Yeah, Sunsoft. Okay, so while the SNES game was content to just go with a typical action platform style at the times, Sunsoft decided to get experimental with the Sega Genesis equivalent. Believing the animated movie appealed to both boys and girls, Sunsoft developed two separate but similar games that would try to emphasize what the two different target demographics seemed to prefer. Roar of the Beast was fairly traditional in its design and intended for the male audience, but Bell's Quest was well-intentioned attempt to give young girls something that would appeal to them.
And in the footnotes they didn't actually ask the demographics what they would like, they just assumed.
One element that was believed to be more appreciated by a female gaming audience was the story of a title, and Bell's Quest does a pretty good job converting the plot of Disney's animated film into a more condensed and digestible story. Let me get to the point where it talks about the gameplay.
That's what Cogsworth does.
Okay. If it helps you, Okay,
it did it before, Drova. Sorry, you missed it out.
If it helps you, Shira, Bell's Quest has more story in it than this game does. So here you go. Bell's Quest integrates some character interaction into the gameplay as well, perhaps in an attempt to be slightly like an adventure game. But this feature is very shallow and quickly abandoned. Besides getting small, useless snippets of dialogue from villagers, the player only really encounters any conversation. Okay. One of the early problems encountered in the game is a block. Yeah, basically you have to ask Gaston to remove a block, to remove a rock from your way. There's also a maze level. You have to find keys in order to find the beast's rose. There's also a mini game involving the dancing sequence from the movie.
Sounds like it has more variety than this one.
It does, actually. It does. It's actually the better game, to be honest with you. So there you go, Shiva. According to Sunsoft, you girls should get the better game.
Yeah, all guys want to do is punch things. Girls need real engagement or whatever.
Exactly. See?
Oh man.
Hey, I'm just reading what's written in here. Goddammit.
Yeah.
That's with the marketing team. If they're even a thing anymore, probably not.
Well, remember, Shiva, to be fair, this is still going on today with these marketing execs just assuming what demographics want instead of actually doing a survey. So it's sadly this is still a thing.
Okay. Oh, that was the end of a level. Okay.
Let's not.
It just ended.
Anyway, Gaston sneaks into the beast's room and shoots him in the back with an arrow.
Look at that face.
Also,
Gaston
and the beast battle on the castle rooftop.
That's a great image.
And by battle on the rooftop, we mean that they start inside.
Yes. Instead of having just the boss battle, they want to make it also a level.
Jesus Christ, Gaston is shooting the entire world towards you.
That's the thing, Teo. This particular level is weird because, first of all, Teo, you have to contend with the wind. How do you know where the wind is blowing? Left or right? Simple. Pay attention to the rain. The rain tells you where the...
Stormy ascent.
So there you go.
Oh, good. And falling platform.
As a result, this level is way more frustrating than it really needs to be. Yes.
I can totally see it. Again, the base gaming itself is also not generous on that front, but this takes the cake. But according to marketing, girls get the easier game, whereas us boys get the good game. Hardcore.
Yeah.
Well, it does sort of harken back to Resident Evil, where Jill is the easy mode.
But since it's actually in the title, can you tell us, Pedro, what the actual beast's roar attack does?
It basically just kills, hurts enemies all around. Basically.
And you have limited quantities of it, okay.
You have limited quantities, yes. Not that it matters much, to be honest with you, because let me tell you, there's a reason why I'm playing with invincibility on Teo. This game is very, very frustrating and very cheap.
You know that. Again, just from the first level alone, everything is, going towards you and hitting you. Again...
And come on, Teo, you have little to no means of defending yourself.
Yeah, that too. Not just that, you notice also from stuff like the level before, most enemies either have better mobility than you or have actually access to like a bigger range in terms of their attack, meaning that they can easily attack you, but you can't respond easily.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Also, this music, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the music is not that good. The Super Nintendo,
You're getting worse.
If it helps you, Bell's Quest has better music.
I guess that's where all the effort went then.
See, there you go, Shua. You get the game with more effort put into it.
Sweet.
Maybe it was just also a matter of perspective. Back then, games like these were instead the more appreciated ones because, again, akin to stuff like, say, Castlevania or Ghosts and Goblins, while instead the one like Bell were the more, methodical. That's not what the true gamers do.
And Heart. Well done, Beast.
So do we actually get a boss fight against Gaston?
Right now too, actually.
Oh, goody. Oh, there he is.
It's actually better than what they do in the Super Nintendo game, because in here we have an actual boss battle. In the Super
watch out, Gaston. You're trying too hard to be Ryu Hayabusa.
Nobody bounces around like a pogo stick like Gaston.
Clearly. Yeah, you can basically get into a point where you can basically get...
Unlock him.
Yeah.
Great.
He actually does get out of it eventually, though. It's not as exploitable as you'd think.
But might as well milk the most out of it, I get it.
Yeah, it is. And especially too because this box takes a shit ton of hits. This is a sponge of a fucking boss battle.
I guess eating those dozens of eggs each day did really help his constitution.
And allow me to remind you, Terry, if you die, you start the boss from the beginning. So make sure make sure you don't die when you're like 2 hits away from winning.
I just love how they actually did program out taunt for every time he hits you.
Oh, did I also mention that Gaston has an attack that, even if it doesn't kill you, brings the beast to his knees, and it's literally the equivalent of taking the control away from you for like 2 seconds.
Just to taunt you again, and like the game is literally taking the piece out of you.
Yeah, the game is incredibly unfair. Not well designed at all. It looks nice. I do like the graphic. One thing I will.
Let's not do this.
Yeah.
Shit.
Basic. There you go.
Oh, it's okay. He can jump up from that.
Okay. So
again, these guys trying way too hard to be Ryu Hayabusa.
Okay. Okay. I will give it this. It does look better than the Super Nintendo game, because the Super Nintendo game looks very pixelated, if that makes any sense. This game, I will argue, does a better job capturing the look of the movie, because the Beast actually looks like his proper color that he has in the movie, whereas the Beast in the Super Nintendo game, he looks a bit more brownish in color. It's weird. Like you'll see when we get to that game. It's an interesting take, but yeah. So yeah, this is the exciting climax, basically.
Gaston and the Beast jumping around like pogo sticks on top of the castle.
Again, also the idea that the music is trying to be super epic about it, in its narrative form. But
I mean, it'd be like if Cinderella had the boss fight with the evil stepmother floating around like she's a magician.
Okay, Java, do we consider the unversed evil pumpkin kind of like that?
Yes.
There we go, then.
Did I mention that this boss battle is still going? You're starting to see what I mean. This game,
not even the other bosses were like these spongy.
This game you can tell that when the developers.
Do they actually have to defeat the Gaston in a specific way, actually, like with a roar or something?
Not that I could find out, too. I tried my best to. I even saw other playthroughs, and they all seemed to basically just keep hitting him until I couldn't find from if there, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe the game doesn't really give any kind of convince to anything. I mean, I'm hitting him and it works, so I have no reason to assume that there's other ways to, deal with the boss, right? That's the problem. Like, the game is not really well designed.
Seriously, Beast, you should be turning this guy into a football. How can we be having such a hard time with it?
Yeah, basically.
Probably just not that Beast moves slow.
Oh, the Beast moves.
In the movie, he could He could move quicker in the movie, just saying.
That's the thing, Jova. Even if you press down to walk on all fours, there you go, we beat him. He still walks just as slow as he does.
That's it. That's it.
Not disappeared.
Yes.
What just happened?
I don't know, Teo. The game.
Disappeared.
I have good news though. The game is over. Gaston's treachery leaves the beast dying.
All the confusion.
It did?
And Belle looks like she's asleep. But Belle's love for him breaks the curse, and he is enveloped in a magical aura.
Also, what's wrong with you, Belle? Jesus Christ.
Hey, we're trying to recreate the shots as best we can in this hardware, okay? Give us some slack.
Poorly. Also, wait.
And now, for whatever reason, the game decides to have an extra level where you're trying to find your servants
and they all turn human.
All the while your health bar is decreasing.
Hang on a minute. What happened to the magical aura?
I don't know,
Why are
Dwebs.
you just dying?
I swear, I swear to you guys, I did not edit this. The game literally goes from that to this, and that's it. And I have no idea what purpose this level serves.
And why is your health decreasing?
I do not know, Jova, but don't worry.
I already saved you. Like, why are you dying?
It's like the developers thought, oh god, the player might actually beat the game. Nope. Like, let's give him a level where his health is I swear to you, Teo, I'm sorry, I cannot explain to you what the hell is going on. I do not know.
It's like the final level of Sega Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, Mrs. Potts.
I suppose the idea is that you're supposed to be going along helping them turn human or whatnot.
Wait, how come your health's not
You're still
decreasing
missing
now?
the cleaning girl.
That's the thing, Teo. I can't really find her.
We did actually pass her.
Did we?
Yes, she was actually on one of the upper. I think it's you're supposed. There she is. Wait, you already passed
Yeah,
her.
I'm pretty sure I already. Like.
Okay, now that is odd. Actually,
And before-
you're supposed to go from on the other. No, okay.
So yeah, what exactly am I supposed to do in this level? I swear to you, Teo. I tried before you asked, Teo. I tried doing this level without cheats. It doesn't matter.
Wait, is the level actually unbeatable?
I do not know what the hell is this, Teo.
And so
I looked at a playthrough.
And so, in spite of the magical aura, the beast was stuck in his form forever and ever and ever.
Allow me.
Did you look it up on YouTube?
Yes, I did. The guy on YouTube did all of these before the time ran out and the level ended for him. But whenever I give myself infinite health, for some reason it didn't work. So maybe the infinite health cheat breaks the game. But don't worry. Fortunately, you can shoot. Don't worry. Fortunately, you can skip to the credits using the level select. So don't worry. We can still watch the credits. That's fine as it was. I have no idea what the. But why? Okay, I have an even better question though, Joa. Why even have that level there? Why not just have the game end with the actual ending?
Also, there were quite a lot of game testers. I dread to think what the early states of this game were. Thank you for playing as I shower you with light.
Seriously, what the hell's with this bit? Wait, did the beast...
Did
the beast recover from the
Debs, according to our marketing execs, this is the ending that appeals to you. So
basically what happened in this version of the story was that the beast was involved in a magical aura that did nothing.
Apparently.
Oh, that's it.
You know what? You know what, Sheila? You got the better game. So congrats.
Yours probably actually has an ending.
No. Bell's quest actually ends in the ending. That's one. That's one of the many things it has over this game.
I'd be like if you had a Lion King.
You know what?
But you split it in half. So half of it is from Simba's perspective. The other half is from Scar's.
God.
Sorry. And the Scars one conveniently ends at the point where he's about to get thrown over by Simba because the game then suddenly says, Simba had a heart attack or something like that.
God damn it, Dwebs, Jove, and Tail. These marketing executives have screwed us over again.
I know, right? I don't believe it.
Go ahead.
Can I confess to my final thoughts? I'll probably just be as inconclusive as this story.
Go ahead.
That was the game. Things happened. It doesn't look very fun. The best parts are how weird the cutscenes are. Like, seriously, all that effort only to have the magical aura do nothing at the end. Because apparently it suddenly stopped so the beast could go back into his castle and get back his friends, even though they probably should have been revived along with him. I mean, God, it'd be like if Scar died at the end. If Scar died at the end of Lion King, but instead of the Pride Lands going back to normal, the fire gets worse and all the lions and lionesses burned to death. I mean, what else? What else is there? Or if Toy Story ended with Buzz and Woody getting run over by a car as they were trying to light up his rocket. Sudden inexplicable endings. Okay, so that's it really. Beauty and the Beast, well, part 1. A game mostly entertaining for how baffling its cutscenes are, but that's about it.
Okay, Jova, what do you think of Roar of the Beast?
Feels like an incomplete half of a game with a baffling end.
That's because it is, Jova.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I think that concludes my thoughts.
Yeah, there's very little to speak of. Tail.
In order to access Applebee's Final Thoughts, you have to, to wait for the other video, but only female viewers can actually watch it.
Yes, yes. If you want to watch,
this will be a solo commentary.
Yes, basically.
I swear I was going somewhere with this joke.
Yes, basically, everybody. If you want to hear the other half of our final thoughts, be sure to tune into the Bell's Quest Raw.
But whatever. As for this aside, okay, the premise is there. But it's mostly a game confined by its own time in how cheap it is. The sprite work is all over the place. Sometimes it's good, other times it just looks ugly, but ugly. There is some minor creativity in some occasions, but again, it's dwarfed by some of the more oppressing factors. And much like with everything else, the score is also all over the place. Tony Williams, like when it comes to replicating the actual music from the movie, it's fine, but when it comes to time to make original stuff, it's fucking inaudible. Like, sometimes it's really grating. The level design is also a bit subpar. I like the idea of a gaming with the wind for the final one. If only the game did not throw everything in a kitchen sink at the same time towards you, that would be great. Imagine doing Stormy Ascent while you get bombarded constantly by stuff. Now that's quality gaming. So yeah, it might have been an interesting experiment, but this has aged worse than spoiled milk, basically. So even as a target audience, quote unquote, I will just, if I knew what this gameplay is like, I will just stick to classic Castlevania. The end. Next.
Okay, as for me, I'll let you go last. As for me, here's the half of my final thoughts. It's definitely one of the lesser ones, definitely, of this time. This was the golden age of Disney tie-in video games, and even then, they still turned out a few stinkers, and this is definitely one of them. Never mind the fact that it's half a game. It's also badly designed. Like there's enemies all over the place, and they have multiple ways of getting to you, and you have little to no means of defending yourself or dodging, because sometimes dodging an enemy requires taking a hit from the other one. It really is one of those cases where the odds are completely so stacked against you, to the point where you have to basically learn this game in and out, so you can properly react and know exactly where everything is, so you can properly go through these levels. So fuck that. So that's why I decided to get myself an infinite health cheat, because this game is just unreasonable. It's unreasonable. What this game demands of a little boy to do it, even us boys who were stubborn as fuck back then, even this is just them trying to exploit our stubbornness, and it's just. Ugh, it's awful. The gameplay is just not that good. I'm more tolerant towards the visuals personally. They're flawed, don't get me wrong, but I'm more tolerant towards them. I don't think they're like atrocious. They're serviceable for me. Like I've seen worse from Mega Drive games. It's the music is all over the place. Sometimes it's fine, other times it's terrible. The Tony Williams, I'm sure you're a nice guy, but you're definitely no Tony Tallarico, I can tell you that. Yeah, that's about it, really. Does this game appeal to me? Yeah, on a concept stage, I guess, but I don't know. I actually prefer Bell's Quest, but then again, I love adventure games too. So I guess it's just one of those cases where I guess it will appeal to me regardless. So Shiroi, since you know that you should not play this game, but what do you think? Do you now regret not being quote unquote denied this game now that you've seen it?
Honestly, my final thoughts are the same as Dwib's. What even was this thing?
I mean, so promising, but devolved into something so degrading.
I mean, look, it seems interesting. Like, it's entertaining, but not for the right reasons. It's this happened. Sorry, you guys got the shit game. I'm not sure if the other one's any good, but
it's not perfect.
It's better than this, apparently.
It's not perfect, Shiroi, but it's definitely is more coherent and has a better idea of what it wants to be than this game does. I can tell you that.
Yeah. But that's I think that's it. This is this is a thing. Mm-hmm.
It's a thing. Yes.
There we go.
So basically, what you're telling me, Shiroi, is that you're not at all sad that you pass and that people decided you should not play this one.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't miss much.
No, you did not really miss anything much. Like it was us, me, Teo, Dwebs, and Jova that actually missed on the better game. So there you go. Fucking Sunsoft, you screwed us over again. Anyway,
keep getting away with it.
Anyway, tune in next time, everybody, for Bell's Quest, because I'm sure micro commenters are now pretty curious about Bell's Quest now that we've done this one.
Should I be curious
the rest
or should
of
I
the
be
story.
worried?
Yeah, we need to get the other half of the story and the content, because
And the final thought.
you know, I think about it, Jova, can this be considered the earliest form of a games as a service?
Didn't Sega
wouldn't
like
that be, video rental stores?
didn't Sega had like an online program for Japan tied to the Genesis or the Saturn where you would actually downloaded games from the internet?
There was, but it was just on the full games. It wasn't like a thing where a game would be incomplete and they would complete it later or anything. Because remember, Bell's Quest came out before, and then Lord of the Beast came out. So you had to wait for the second half to release. You didn't have it's not like both games released on the same day. They released one after the other. So you had to wait for the other half. So technically, I guess you can kind of consider this the earliest form of a games service, maybe?
Hurrah.
So congratulations, Sunsoft, for being pioneers of
something.
See you, everybody, for Bell's Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.